Test, 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 test.
All right. Sorry, technical difficulties. Roll call, school board members. Rott is here, Holwiger is here, Kingsleyman is here, and King is here. Larson and Prickowitz are gone. That's okay, we still have a quorum, so we move on. 4.0 is to approve the agenda.
So moved.
I'll second.
Okay, any questions or discussion on items in the agenda? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. 5.0 communication reports.
Alrighty, again, as always, in no specific order, hats off to, the musical crew. I went Friday night, or the family did, just so impressive and unbelievable. And it's nice to see, some kids maybe in activities that they normally, you don't see perform. It was awesome. Winter activities are off and running. Good luck to them. A couple things, solar project, we have the bid to approve in here, obviously, in support. Again, kind of as reiterated, I'm very pleased. We had 10 companies, with actually, I think 13 bids, because there's a couple companies that put multiple, with some different options in. So it's very competitive. As I was telling Amanda a little bit ago, you'll see it's 3.5 or 3.7 years payback. A couple of the places felt that what we used a 22% loss. And again, it was from guidance. They feel that's high. But again, to have everyone bid the same thing, that's what the state recommended using. But several of them felt it'll be less than that. So I mean, that's good. Working with the city, I got 2 permits in last week, going good. I'm meeting with a person from the Water and Light on Wednesday, and we're off and running. A lot of paperwork, but it's going. Thank you to, I'm just going to say admin team. Nexus met again with all the groups, another, I don't know what you call it, revolution, or, run it, getting some things right, making sure they are on the right track. So last week, they met with all 4 buildings. So thank you to the staff. And again, they're just keeping to refine, more to come. Thank you, Soraya, as well as several others back here, had a meeting today on level 4 facilities. Amanda and Josh were part of that. I think there were 18 people online at one time when I counted, from MDE, the county, Aluma, ASEC, the school, obviously, and some that we knew couldn't be there, but it's a good conversation, and we'll continue pushing it. The other thing I have, and I'm looking for some input, I had a person approach me, and Scott's in the loop as well, looking at for boys soccer, to put a storage, I'm going to call it a storage facility on the end of the bleachers. Looking at raising money, looking at if there's, things before they go too far down the road, that we would like to specify or not specify, or are we on board or not on board? They'd like it to be partially storage, but they would also, they want it to have like I'm going to call it a locker facility. Not that it would be locker rooms, but like during the game, if they want to get in and meet, instead of going back into the school, there's really no facility. It's also 2 stories. And so they have like viewing is their concept from up top for like their assistant coaches or someone. I don't know. And again, I'm just speaking my mind. They obviously can use the press box or whatever you call them up, but I guess I'm throwing it out to the group. I don't know if different ones have come before or not, or does it open a can of worms? Obviously, they're looking at not asking for funding from the district. They're looking at, and I just, like I said, I'm not quite sure. Scott and I talked. He thinks there's plenty of storage, but
That only be used for boys?
that's what they're proposing, or this person was proposing.
Does girls have their own?
Not one of these. They have storage. They both have storage under the bleachers during the year, and then it comes inside, the rest of the year. They seem to feel they need more. And like say, I struggle a little bit if it's only one and not the other.
Right.
Now,
Do girls get to use the locker rooms?
well, they both use locker rooms in the school. There's not, and this isn't going to have like locker room. It would be more like some
Halftime.
benches, halftime, go in and, get out of the sun or get out, out of the elements if it's bad. And again, I just, like I say, will girls all of a sudden will want one? Will, track or soccer or any of the others all of a sudden want something?
Did you ask him about the possibility of sharing it?
I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't. Like I said, it came.
They might be open to it.
May or may, yeah, as far as storage, if you started putting boys, girls soccer, boys soccer, that changes probably the size and whatever. Cause originally, it had been brought out, like with Nexus, I think one of them, someone brought it up of we could use more storage or, that, and I'm not saying that would come, but it was thrown, I know, out when they were collecting. And so it was like, do you want to wait, and see if anything comes out of that or not? Cause obviously everything's not gonna, come out of that and,
Right.
rise to a level. And I think that's maybe where they came to that it's probably not going to be one of the higher needs. And so if we could do it, and I just said, I've never been down this with, and,
The conversation I've ever had, it wasn't about storage, but it's more about like the baseball facilities down at CMS where they
Yeah.
had to like build bathrooms and a concession area and things like that. That usually went through the facilities committee.
okay.
Mhm.
I would suggest maybe something like that, where they come talk, like Scott comes to that meeting, maybe they even come to
Yep.
that meeting. But I also would suggest that they talk to the other team.
That would be a lot easier if it was
Yeah.
facilitated, both of them.
Yeah.
Nope, that's all I'm looking for. There's not, has to be done tomorrow type deal or whatever, but, and again, very happy obviously to have a group willing to, run with it on their own if that's, but there's some things, like I said, not knowing exactly what can of worms in a good way
Right.
you open, and all of a sudden another group wants and another, and, so we will have a facility meeting coming up here sooner rather than later, as we start working on the 10-year plan again. And so, yeah, it's a good place, and
Okay.
see what else. So, and like I say, Scott's noodling some stuff as well. Yeah, so other than that, I don't have anything else right now.
No committee reports or anything.
Nope.
Okay.
I'd put that the negotiation committee met, I put that in my Friday notes or
Sure.
whatever. So
Mhm.
other than that, we're good.
Okay, 6.0 is, I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
I'll second.
Okay. Any questions, anything pulled from the consent agenda? Okay. All those in favor of approving the consent agenda, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. 7.0, no citizens, nobody here. Okay. 8.0 is district business. 8.1 is to accept and approve the RFP from Ziegler for the CMS solar project. Contingent on successful round 2 of the Solar for Schools grant as presented and attached. Take a motion in a second, then we can have discussion.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Any questions or discussion?
I do have one more. So the total for the school paying would be the 83,000?
Nope, nope, it ends up being the 199, the
Okay,
piece in there we didn't qualify for, and we knew that even when we accepted it. They misread. I didn't ask them to resubmit because that was, if you read it, a bonus. But the interesting part, and people may know more than I do, but like these two schools up here fall in that district that would qualify, but the two down there are outside.
Crazy.
And so it just, and I did look a little bit, and since it's on that property, if it's something we were doing as a district, you know, you maybe could get it through, but when it's housed down there, it doesn't. So,
And then my next question is it gonna be paid all at once or is it gonna be like?
nope, no. So what happens is we have to put 10% down,
Mhm.
and then we will be able to get the some of the federal stuff going to get some money in, so we don't have to come up with the whole thing upfront type deal.
Okay.
And it'll take obviously into next, but the reason we got to get some money down is it has to be before the end of the year to qualify for the federal tax piece.
Okay.
And so we'll put 10% down. They actually, this group actually already has all the stuff in, they've bought enough. And so it's just a matter of reserving ours, but we need receipt that we've put money in. So
And then it would be something that was built next summer?
it should go in next summer unless we hit some finagle or whatever. And like I say, we're working through the permit with the water and light, and also we have to get a special use permit. But part of the little, I'm gonna say glitch, but it's not a glitch supposedly, is that's still zoned residential. And so they're gonna actually have to go through and rezone it a
Rezone
little
it.
bit somewhat, but the lady said it meets the qualification. And so there won't be an issue, but it might take another zoning meeting or something. So I'll know more on Wednesday to make sure. And again, they're good. They understand we have to get everything to make sure it's a go. In fact, last Friday, I didn't reattach it. They actually, you know, as if you look, I had it written in there, those contingencies, they typed it in and made an official copy. So they're good. They
Can
want.
you remind maybe our viewers, what the benefit of all this is?
Well, I mean, depending on how you look at the benefit is obviously, you know, the payback, which I say, roughly you could say it's 50,000. That's more than that, a little bit a year. So in a matter of 3-4 years, our part is paid for. There's guarantees of 20 years on the equipment, 10 years or something like that on the inverters. Inverters cost about 6,000, so there are 3 of those. So it's possible, you know, and obviously there's a reason, you know, you'll probably have to replace for 20 grand,
Mhm.
10 years or so. But the payback's good. There'll be an educational component too. Haven't talked to Matt a whole lot about it, but there is a little bit of curriculum that, you know, some of the grades will build it from tracking and graphing and different
Yeah.
things. It's not a full class or anything like that, but they want a educational piece. So, finance wise, it should be a good thing
Yeah.
long term. It's not eating up a huge part of the, you know, it's going to be a chunk of the area out there, but it's not off of, you know, like where you'd, if you ever did need to expand, there's still room and stuff. So, I think,
Well, if I read this right on the second one, like after, like say year 4, we're saving $55,000 on the electric bill essentially?
that's what I say. It's roughly
Okay.
50. And of course, they project it out with some inflators. I don't
Yeah.
remember if it's 4% or 3% or whatever, but no, it's significant savings. It's roughly, don't quote me, and I can pull it out, 80% of the
Yeah, they
electric
said
use of that
80 to
building.
87%. I just read it, so.
You
that's what I
know,
said.
and so what happens is the power company buys it all. So, I mean, they buy 100% and then we just keep buying ours like it was. And they buy it, I think it's 85 cents on a dollar. Obviously, you know, makes sense. They gotta take, and I'm not talking locally. That's the Minnesota Municipal Power Association where the city gets its power. So, yeah, it's interesting. It's
Yeah.
exciting. And again, as I told you before, if the Solar for School grants and the federal weren't there, probably wouldn't be having this conversation,
Right.
you know, but, like I say, if it goes well, you may look at doing more down the road
Sure.
because, it's good.
Significant.
Other questions? May-
Okay, all those in favor of approving the RFP from Ziegler, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. 9.0 payment of claims and accounts.
I'll make the motion to approve the payment of K-12 bills 130561 through 130660 in the amount of $202,622.21.
A second.
Any questions or discussion? All those in favor of paying the bills, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. Quick little meeting, but we're already on to board member comments. Matt, I'll start with you.
I don't think I have any.
Lindsay?
I have no comments tonight either.
I do. So the level 4 facility meeting today
Yeah.
was very informational. I didn't say anything, but it was really good, and it was good to hear everyone advocate for us, and hopefully we do get some help sooner rather than later in the classrooms instead of just the level 4 right now. Like, what are they called? The people that were gonna come help?
There's a bunch from our,
Yeah,
several from the
crisis.
Department of Crisis and
Yeah.
just different departments though that can
That-
aid and help, long-term.
And we're gonna, I think they're starting the process on that, so that's
Okay.
really good.
Yeah.
And then, have a happy Thanksgiving.
Well, I appreciate everybody who attended that today. I wasn't able to go, so the level 4 meeting I'm talking about, so I heard good progress, but gotta keep it moving for sure. Yeah, I don't have anything else. Happy Thanksgiving to all. Did you make a noise like I should have something?
Oh, no, no, I
I
guess the only other thing is keep in mind the truth and taxation is not,
Yeah,
but again, we're normally, if we were done now, we'd have to wait till 6 before we can do that part of the meeting, but with the principal updates and this and that, I'm sure we'll just do it following. And-
yeah, next time.
Yeah.
Yep, that's on December 8th, 2025, starts at 5:30, so we will start the meeting and then we'll probably break at 6 o'clock to do truth and taxation. Should do every year and we'll talk about that then and then we'll
Yep.
resume the meeting. All right, 12.0 is to adjourn the meeting. I'll make a motion to approve.
A second.
Any questions or discussion on adjourning? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.